Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the ECS Dev League Season 2. I'm Hugo, here again with Harry. How are you doing?
I'm doing very good, man. How are you doing? Tonight's been fantastic for its games, and it only looks to get better.
Yeah, of course, and way better than Preparation's previous matchup, of course, getting absolutely stomped by Flipside 2-0. We will see them now have another try at this, but this is going to be against GODSENT, so even less likelihood of them getting out of live, but obviously we're going to have to see what happens, really.
Yeah, I mean, GODSENT's performance lately hasn't really been quite as strong as I think everyone expected them to be. And I believe we're going to be getting straight into this, actually, onto the pistol round as we talk about this. And, well, let's see what they can bring to the table. GODSENT will be going out very aggressive on towards B. They find a lot of damage on the jmqa early on. Now the push is going to be underway. They get that frag on him as well, and now it's going to be a one-man advantage in favour of the Swedes.
Yep, on the site as well, Bomb will be going down, but Ubik just pushing in through the door. They may be able to execute KRIMZ, but he doesn't get time to. znajder instead takes him down, and now 2v4 will be in play. As GODSENT, they have the after plants, and they're very aggressive. Only Arch left alive here, and not a great situation for him at all, as he's stuck over towards short. Do have GODSENT just holding down the line. USP and have a pronax as well, so the long-range engagement's going to be favouring him a little bit more as well. And Arch, I mean, not really a lot of potential here, just looking for the exits.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he has got the USP. It would come in handy at range, but he's going to have to go ahead and save. Look to take the armor into the next round. He doesn't get tagged as well, so he can buy up the head armor at a severely reduced price. But, you know, a nice entry there from the Swedish boys on the side of GODSENT. znajder and pronax picking up 2 kills between them. And that's going to yield them the bomb plant and the first round. And hopefully they should be able to convert another 2 out of this. They take that pistol with the potential to take this now 3-0 early on.
Yep, and a good round for them, of course. We will see Preparation. Are they going to go for the force here in the second round? It's more than likely. They usually force some rounds they shouldn't, so of course they'll force some rounds they should. Going for that buy, we've got some pistols, we've got some armor, of course, and GODSENT, they are going to be going for a typical GODSENT buy here. Maybe not as many SMGs as usual. They've only gone for the MAC-10 and the UMP. Rifles across 3 players, a little on flusha as well. And let's see what they can make do with it. Going over towards the A side, it seems we do have the one lurk player in mid. That's going to be flushed with the Glil, and the rest of them just getting ready to charge straight out. We have UB come towards balcony, and this could be a bit dangerous as the Molotov comes in from flusha. They will be just playing these very close range positions, though, and he could get called out as they start to push towards ramp. pronax is spotting him out and executing there with the AK as he charges in towards the site with JW as well, jumping out of Palace as you do, and he will take the kill onto facecrack. So 2 entries already in GODSENT. They've got almost complete control of the site. Just have to clear our Arch here in this aggressive position towards CT spawn.
Yeah, he is by the warheads, just trying to bait out this plant. Bomb's going to go down, and he's not able to have much impact into this. He's going to be stuck now as finds one on the JW, but now they know where he is. pronax is going to be the one going for the peak and has the AK in hand, finds his head. And now it's all going to fall under jmqa and Patron into this round. And while they're going to look to save 2 versus 4, they're heading in through T-spawn. This is going to imply that they are going to be playing for some exit frags. They hear out the player in top mid in the form of flusha. And, well, here's a force to be reckoned with for the Swedish side. He's got the Galil as well, so he could mop up these 2 players potentially. But they have got a nice little crossfire setup. They both go to double peek him at the same time. And, well, he's finding good damage out, but he's going to be stuck now. Runs out of ammo, switches out to the Glock, and he finds 1 frag. znajder comes through as well to back him on up as jmqa falls. And, while they take that second round on the board relatively flawlessly, they only lose the 1 player in the form of JW. He goes down, and as a result has to rebuy up into this. znajder manages to secure himself a MAC-10. What am I saying? He's still got that MAC-10 and can build a lot of money on the back of that. And yeah, I mean, Preparation on the other hand, they're forced onto these pistols. Arch has the CZ and armor. That's really going to be it.
Yep, a bit of a spray down here from znajder. He will be able to pick up some good damage. Does take a team kill though, dropping JW. Finally secures another one to facecrack, so it's going to be a worthwhile trade here. flusha coming in through connected to drop Patron, and it is going to be a fairly simple round here for GODSENT, so only 1 player remaining. That's going to be jmqa as well. And so Preparation, they should be giving up another round here to GODSENT, but not to a surprise, of course, only on this eco, and flusha just finishing things off, of course. So a 3-0 here for GODSENT. Fairly effective round, to say the least.
Yeah, definitely. And now it's going to be a very pivotal moment here in the first half of Mirage. Preparation can finally get a buy together, and it's going to be a rifle-on-rifle round. We're going to be seeing the Galil staying in the hands of flusha, not wanting to upgrade just yet. Of course, it is a perfectly good rifle, capable of finding frags even up against fully bought opponents. And over on the side of Preparation, Patron picking up the AWP once again, and then rifles across the board on everyone else. Not a lot of utility to carry into this round, and no kits either. So they will be in a little bit of a pickle if that bomb does go down.
Yep, of course, and we will see a nice aggressive position from facecrack as he peeks up in towards a Palace. No damage here found though, because obviously GODSENT, they are going to be hindering over towards mid. KRIMZ is going for this boost. We've no longer got this solo mid boost, so that's going to be eliminated sadly. Was a lot of fun to see that for the last couple of days, as of course Valve not being able to patch out that bug. And KRIMZ just looking for a bit of information over towards Windows. He gets boosted up, but preparation with a slight lack of mid-control here. They've got one aggressive player that's going to be facecrack up towards Palace, pushed all the way in deep, and that's going to allow Arch at least to rotate over towards B with the information that GODSENT, they probably aren't setting up for an A-take here because they don't have any Palace control. But that's going to be a bit mistaken because we do have flusha towards ramp, and as well as some deep mid-control here from two of the players on GODSENT. They could easily split in through connector and go for this late round A-take.
Yeah, they do get completely handed mid free of charge by preparation. They may be trying to capitalize on that as KRIMZ is going to be the player boosted on up into window room now, and Arch potentially aware of this. He does turn around to try and cover it, but now they have a lot of angles to worry about here as bomb makes its way over towards B slowly but surely. They know that KRIMZ was lurking around in mid, and potentially they might know he's boosted. That's why they've got Arch in this position in CT spawn, but as a result, they are foregoing a lot of potential firepower over towards that B site, and KRIMZ is still in a very strong position to delay the rotate. Push is going to be out underway. jmqa's going to be the player to try and hold this one down. Finds one frag on a znajder. It's not going to be traded out just yet, but pronax chimes on through, puts it into a 4-on-4. Make that a 4-on-3 as Arch is able to pick up that frag. And, well, now flusha is going to get tagged down low, but finds one with that Galil. It's coming in handy here as he's able to get that KRIMZ as well from the lurk position. Picks up a frag of his own. Now they've got to worry about him coming in from behind. Patron and Ubek, the last two players here to try and clutch this one out. And well, the terrorist side, they do run out of time. KRIMZ is able to find that one frag with the USP and save the AWP into the next round. But it's going to go 1-3 now as preparation get there first on the board on the CT side of Mirage.
We're just leaving it so late there. GODSENT not able to get the round at the end of the day, and that is going to be the 3-1 scoreline here. Preparation still able to buy up, of course, but it is going to be slightly lower. GODSENT, despite not getting the bomb down, will have plenty of money to work with as well, and we are going to see an SMG on facecrack here. Maybe anticipation of the economy gone wrong here for preparation, or maybe just didn't have enough to buy up. But instantly JW going to be executing the first here. We will see znajder pushing up towards ramp, an aggressive position for one of these players. facecrack going to be there with the SMG, sprays in, gets one, doesn't try to follow up onto the second though, and we will see the back off there from that player, but flusha pushing out towards the A site, taking him down. KRIMZ as well entering in as Patron does trade out flusha, and it will be a 3v2 as GODSENT, they take the site control over towards A, but jmqa rotating in with his teammate Ubek. They have to do some massive performance, and I don't think JW is really going to allow it at this point in time.
Yeah, bomb is going to go down, and with pronax's position where it is, Ubek's going to fall as well. Now it's all on jmqa, 1 versus 3. He's got a FAMAS and does have a nade as well, but not a lot of utility really to play around with here. Doesn't have a kit, and pronax as well is in the back lines, just trying to keep this player from making his way up connected to take this one back. He's fast, running out of time, and also has to worry about the lone Swede over towards short. Does find that frag. It's going to be a parting gift, as he might be able to find an AK as well. KRIMZ, though, does now know where he is, and that's always threatening. Saying that, though, KRIMZ can't do too much with his head missing, and jmqa actually is able to find all 3 remaining players there, and he knows he did a good job. He's swinging his knife around. He's happy with it. But sadly, they don't get the round. And, you know, probably more important than clutching it out in style against 3 of probably the best players in the world.
Yeah, definitely true. And, of course, no time to go for that bomb defusal. Does try and save the AWP at the end of the day, but won't get away with it. GODSENT 4-1 here. Resetting the economy preparation, in fact, because they did, of course, win that one round when GODSENT ran out of time, but now getting reset because GODSENT coming back in and destroying their loss bonus, of course. So preparation going to be in a horrible economical situation, and preparation, typical style here, going for the force. I don't disagree with this one, of course, so they will be on the double eco, so forcing just prohibits the amount of economy and utility they get into their next buy round, which isn't as much of an issue as could be posed. So GODSENT going to be up against some armoured pistols here, but they aren't going to be buying up many SMGs to counter this, apart from just pronax, who's just going to be charging in towards B. We've got one defender there. That is going to be jmqa, and they have to clear out his close position. He does grab out one, but they know where he is now. Tries to follow up and will do so. pronax, he does go down, and that's going to be 2 holds here for the preparation side. Great frags as well from jmqa, but he's got to watch out because this split is coming out. flusha with a nice Molotov, maybe securing his position as well. Takes him down, tries to follow up as well onto Patron, who's rotated in. Ubek gets killed by KRIMZ, and now it's a 3v3 as these CTs try and rotate to hold down the bomb, but we've got the flank from JW, and he could do a massive performance from here.
Yeah, and he's just sneaking out of the site. He finds one in a Arch, goes for the second as well, and Patron's going to fall. Now it's all on facecrack, who equally has been able to find himself a nice position over in towards apps, but flusha is ready and waiting. And while he's going to be pushing up in, is he going to spot out facecrack here? He's playing in that lone corner, but he goes for the spray and he finds it. The positioning there from JW to get in from behind those players, and the patience as well to bide his time to pick up those 2 frags. That's what's won GODSENT the round just there. It secures them their 5th round on the board, and they're going to start to try and extend their lead once again away from preparation.
And doing a great job of it so far on the T side here. Mirage, obviously famously CT-sided, about 60-40 to be honest, but GODSENT not going to be playing with the statistics, just playing with the rounds. 5-1 now, as you just said, to preparation. Just going to be on this eco. We got a bit more investment from Arch, as he typically likes to do. Of course, PT50 is on the other players here, but it's not going to be too much of a threat here for GODSENT. You can see they're just charging. pronax not the man to do the entering typically, but he does do some good work of it. 2 kills already. KRIMZ going to follow up as well, and jmqa is going to be last alive as facecrack goes down towards the palace, but he's on the other side of the map, over towards his aggressive position in B-apps, and GODSENT, they're getting the bomb down on the site, pretty much securing the round in the bag for them.
Yep, jmqa's got himself a P250 in his hand, and well, what can he really do with it? He pushes in through T-spawn, looking to try and pick up a couple of frags here on the players as they rotate on out. And he might be able to do just that. Flush is looking like he's coming this way, though. And that's always fairly terrifying. I mean, flusha is, well, I mean, you know, he's had his fair share of witch hunts, to say the least. And he's definitely a player that you don't want to be running into in a lone corridor, which is actually what it's looking like jmqa might be having happen here. flusha trying to make his way out towards ramp. They might find each other, they might not. You know, who knows, like the sun and the moon, maybe they were never destined to touch. But God, that's terrifying, isn't it? The moon touching the sun. That was a really weird analogy as well. 1-6 is going to be the scoreline now as GODSENT put a 6th on the board, as well as that the economy is building up very nicely over on the T side.
Definitely so. And of course, no AWP here for GODSENT. And we do just see the AWP on preparation. They had that on Patron as well. No head armor across the board, but it's not going to be too much of an issue because they are up against the full AKs here. And of course, the nades on GODSENT looking very good as well. So as we go into this buy round, GODSENT got to be going for some heavy mid aggression. We have flusha again over towards the palace here. And look at this charge straight down middle, and Patron will be able to execute the first, but does go down. Refrag comes out, but Arch does manage to take down pronax. Ubeak and Arch still chiming in here for the CT side, and flusha just sneaking out of palace here to do some damage, and he starts doing it. 2 kills. facecrack and Arch going to be dropped to the floor, but the bomb is still going to be in mid and under control of the CTs, as both preparation have jmqa and Ubeak there over towards middle. So flusha, while he may have the time on his hands, he is tagged down for 50 and he's got a lot to do. Of course, he is the kind of man you want to step up on your side to do this, and he is going to be rotating in through the T-spawn, but surely Ubeak's going to be hearing this rotation as he comes in all the way through the flank. flusha just sneaking all the way around. It doesn't seem like Ubeak's actually realised this one yet.
Yep, flusha isn't one to mess around, runs straight in through T-spawn, and they hear him out. But he's still a force to be reckoned with, making his way in through top mid, does have the AK as well, finds one onto, spots out jmqa, but ultimately he's going to get taken down there. A swift headshot from the CT side player to finish that round off. 2-9 is the scoreline now, and preparation getting that second round on the board. Not going to slow down GODSENT's economy too much, as they're still looking very strong. Nearly $5,000 up on flusha, $2,000 on pronax, with the potential to buy up into the coming rounds, even if they lose this one. Regardless of preparation, they've got rifles across the board and the AWP up on Patron. We've seen him be a very, very strong player with that AWP on the side of the CTs. Let's see what he can bring into this round, as it looks like he's going to be aggressive once again out in towards mid connector, trying to pick up some frags. JW is going to be the one to challenge him here. And of course, I mean, I know who everyone's going to be voting for in this firefight, JW versus Patron. But I mean, I don't think you can count Patron out. He's proven himself to be a very strong AWPer again and again. Let's see if he can find any presence here in towards mid.
Yeah, and JW pushing aggressively. The smoke just going to ward off his position, so not able to take that peek over towards short, and pronax instead going to be peeking towards connector. The man, as just mentioned, Patron going to be backing off towards window instead, just holding for this boost. Not that it's coming out here for GODSENT. And Ubeak just trying to find the angle towards KRIMZ as he lurks just outside of underpass here. And finally, Patron going for that peek over towards short. He's going to be able to take it. pronax goes down. Nice pick there for the CT side in preparation. Now upper man, but they still got the deadly JW with the AWP as well to deal with on this T side. And he really is deadly as he positions over towards top middle. Patron just walking outside of jungle.
Yep, they cement themselves a one-man advantage early on, and as KRIMZ falls, they extend it to a two-man as well. No one's there to get the trade back in their favour as GODSENT reroute their approach over towards A ramp. Let's see if preparation can see this coming. It doesn't look like they are prepared, hilariously enough. They send 2 players in through CT spawn, as well as leaving Arch over towards jungle. And while the smokes come raining on through, that's going to signal their approach. Only 25 seconds left. It has to be A. The rotate not coming in off of B just yet. They want to be sure that this is not a fake. And as they're about to find out, it is not indeed. JW looking in towards CT spawn, looking to try and find one onto his AWPing counterpart. Patron is going to push up, finds one on a face crack. But Patron there is going to get that return frag. Puts it into a 1 versus 4, goes for the jump shot. And I thought he lanked him there, but he didn't. Arch actually finds him coming in from ramp as znajder falls as well. So do the hopes of the Swedish side. It's going to go 3-6 now as preparation cement a 3rd round on the board.
And actually picking up the double AWP as well, but this time Arch going to be taking it instead of jmqa. This is a bit of a switch up. We saw jmqa using it in the previous map quite a lot on cobblestone, as well as on overpass as well a couple of times, but not so many. And Obviously, GODSENT, as we said, just going to be going for this low investment round. They've got a couple of deagles and some armor as well. flusha are going to be picking up the utility alongside pronax, and what looks like a bit of a slow contact B play as they set up the smokes. And ready to go for this push. It's only going to be jmqa holding down the line from the site, and Ubik actually rotating in through short to join him as we see this initial push come out from GODSENT. They are just going to be dropping that smoke over towards the balcony, and now the flash has come out. This may be a full commitment as jmqa, he just backs off towards the site, and GODSENT, they're going to commit to this one. Finally, JW spotted out through the smoke. jmqa takes him down. Nate comes in from Ubik and he sprays it down to drop znajder, and one by one, GODSENT, they're just going to get eliminated here from the server. Not able to put in anything really. pronax finally refrags onto Ubik, putting it into a more doable situation, but it's still going to be out the question here. pronax dropping the bomb towards the site in flusha. Well, he may try and get his deags off. He's still going to be probably going down in just a short few seconds as preparation. They cement their place in the 4th round here to 6.
Yeah, like moths to a flame there. They completely surround him. jmqa finds that frag as well, and it's going to go 4-6 now as preparation secure a 4th on the board. 2 rounds between these two teams, and they're looking to try and edge their way back on into this. They've nearly equalized things out at a 6-6 scoreline. GODSENT now able to buy up though, and JW leaving the AWP in towards mid is going to be trying to find a pick here. He's going to be facing off against Patron, presumably. Unless, of course, he opts to go over towards B and completely prove me wrong entirely. znajder's going to be the one trying to challenge mid, in fact. And, well, JW, he's going to be getting into apps first. Might be able to find that frag. And goodbye, jmqa. That's going to open up the B site. The push is going to be underway, and it's all going to come down to whether or not Ubek can hold this one down. Saying that, Molotov's going to block off JW on his approach. And as a result, they rotate in Patron as well from mid to watch out for that B site. As a result, mid control is handed over fully to GODSENT, and they've capitalized on that brilliantly by boosting up KRIMZ into window.
Yep, and this aggression from facecrack may be pretty surmountable here from the CT side. They're going to get a lot of information, but meanwhile, GODSENT, they're going to be splitting their players in towards the connector area, throwing the smoke down as well, so giving the illusion they're not actually here as they finally commit to it. Arch rotating in through the CT spawn, and we do have still this aggression from facecrack as he works his way into T-spawn. KRIMZ as well. The flanks are coming into real. And KRIMZ just waiting for the right time to strike. Spots out their player behind him, turns around, takes down Arch. A massive play from KRIMZ there. Going to be able to take down 2 players, and facecrack, he's still with this aggression over towards ramp, but it is going to be a 2 versus 5, and really not a great situation here from preparation. And there we go. That should be the be-all and end-all here for GODSENT as they finally drop facecrack, putting it into a 1 versus 5 for Ubik.
Yeah, and well, Ubik is able to find one on a pronax. But now they know where he is, and they're going to be circling around him like vultures. The Molotov going to be raining on in. It's kind of trapped him now between a rock and a hard place here as he tries to make his way in through jungle. And, well, the jungle, he wants the jungle, he shall get. KRIMZ comes in from behind and mops him up, but he does get 2 frags as a bit of a parting gift for preparation. It's just going to be a little dent in the economy of GODSENT, and right now they don't really want any dents. It's like a fine piece of furniture. You know, I don't know where I'm going with this. You know, you don't want dents in it, is what I'm saying. I really don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But yeah, 4-7 is the scoreline currently. GODSENT, they get a 7th on the board, and now they're looking to come back into this with a vengeance.
Yep, and the aggression from Patron, he's going to be pushed up towards top mid. No fight from GODSENT though, as they send their players in towards the B apartments as well. Underpass control from 2 of these guys, and they may have the potential to split in through the window as well. They've got the support from znajder over towards top mid, and there's the spray from jmqa. Drops JW over towards the B apps area, as we do see GODSENT again put a bit of control over towards middle. This potential boost may come out here from KRIMZ, but this is going to be a short spotting one. They can actually just spot over towards the window and, of course, have a bit of shot control as well. But Patron going to be walking right into this one as the smoke dissipates. KRIMZ may just find the angle. He does. Bit of damage off, but not going to quite land the kill. Molotov to follow, and they will just hold back for the time being here on the preparation side. And GODSENT, they found nothing so far into this round apart from early damage, but they need to convert that into a kill. And I think this boost may come out. This could be a lot of fun if so. KRIMZ, he's going to do it. pronax going to be jumping up. Patron's going to be the man to have to step up, but he just turns around at the wrong time, and we're going to see pronax just actually work his way up and towards the ladder, and this is going to be such a key play for him, getting the short control and clearing out this area for GODSENT, so at least they have a little more information. But of course they are 2 men down, and with 45 seconds left on the clock, they have to hurry up and converge out on towards the site.
Yeah, definitely so. And well, with Ubek and jmqa over towards the B site in position to try and shut this one down before it begins, it's looking fairly good. Saying that jmqa's going to be falling on back does leave his position in towards B, and that's going to allow pronax to push up short. He does get taken down. It's going to go 2-1-4, but znajder, he gets 1. jmqa's in a very good position to try and find another, but KRIMZ is able to pick that frag up. It's going to go 2-1-3 now as they manage to convert this into an almost favourable situation. Bomb gets planted, and there's znajder in with a second as well. So now it's only on facecrack and Arch left to try and bring this one back. They do manage to take out KRIMZ, the bomb planter, and that's going to leave znajder with 5 seconds left, and that's not enough time. He can't pick up the bomb, and as a result, they have to forfeit this round. It's going to go 5-7. Can he stay alive? No, is the short answer. Arch putting a shot through the wall is able to pick him up, no problem. It's going to go 5-7 as preparation. They take another round back.
Yep, and znajder just dying after the round time, so he's on $750. No money for him, so his teammate may force up, but he's not going to be able to afford a Tech 9 and armor, so instead just going to go for the Deagle armorless buy, but no utility will follow here. And Ubik, he's very late on the buy, I'm not too sure. Finally he comes back, just AFK for a second there, and facecrack is going to be setting up a nade over towards ramp, as we do see preparation in some aggressive positioning here, but straight out of the bat, JW pushes out towards the palace and gets taken down from Patron. A flash comes in, and they will push through the smoke. Facecrack there with the MP9 be able to pick up 2 kills. Finally, Arch goes down to pronax, but one by one, they're just going to get eliminated here. Preparation finishing off GODSENT, and this should be a fairly easy round. Preparation, they take it 6-7, only losing 1 player in the process, and that will be it. Buy coming out, though, for them once again, and GODSENT, they are left on the eco.
Yeah, and facecrack manages to grab himself a cool $1,800 there, which is going to allow him to buy up fairly comfortably into these coming rounds. Sadly, he's actually going to opt to stick on the MP9, which is, you know, a favourite choice of mine. As you know, Hugo, I believe it's the best gun in the game.
I do agree.
Along with the P90 and Sornoff, it's up there. But it is going to be another eco coming out from GODSENT. They don't have a lot to work with here. They're going to be sending out KRIMZ and pronax in towards mid, and they don't actually know that KRIMZ has made his way so far down, so with his Glock out, he might be able to find 1 or 2 frags here by getting into the back line. Saying that, flusha as well managed to pick up a frag onto facecrack. It's going to go 4-on-4, and well, Ubek in mid, he's going to be wreaking some havoc in the back lines here. They're trying to deal with him, but they just can't. He picks up 2, going to be looking for the 3rd on the JW, and well, he's stuck now in a very deadly area. It's going to get taken down by Patron. And now it's all going to fall into KRIMZ and flusha. 104 HP between them, and it's just not looking good.
Nope, that's going to be it. Preparation, they have just completely turned things around. I'm not sure if it's just GODSENT just having some abysmal start, or preparation doing really well. I mean, the factor is you've got to look into it. Of course, GODSENT having picked up 7 rounds here on T-side, which is massive considering this map is CT-sided, but still, you'd expect a huge overdog like GODSENT to be taking way more rounds than this. And I mean, while 7 rounds or maybe even 8 rounds if they get this last one, it's going to be good enough. You'd like to expect a few more from them, but we'll just see. This is, of course, preparation's map pick, so their chance to get their foot in the door, of course, and the second map will be Dust 2, where GODSENT, of course, do try and bring things back if they do lose this one, but let's just see how it works out. And KRIMZ just charging out into middle, spots out the first, Patron going down in mid, follows up aggression from Ubik with a nade out in his hand, gets taken down, and he will finally get traded from this aggression from facecrack as he pushes up towards short, but the refrag coming in from pronax, putting it back into a 2-on-3, but this support on the A site from Arch tags down pronax to 16 HP, and now it's going to be a 2v3. Pronax working his way back in towards the window here, just holding for the rotation over towards B, but that B rotation is going to be jmqa, and he's pushing over towards T-spawn now as Arch, he sneaks his way through, gets spotted out, pronax finds a headshot, and jmqa going to be alone as he comes in for the clutch. Last round of the half, of course, and no reason to save.
Yeah, it's going to be a 1 versus 3. He's got a little bit of utility to play around with here, does have the defuse kit as well. It's going to be a little bit of extra time, which is exactly what he needs, trying to make his way out on towards the site. znajder in towards ramp is going to be the player who's hopefully going to be the first one to find this frag. Also got pronax looking that way with the AWP in hand, though, and sadly, like shooting a fish in a barrel, jmqa just walks on in through the crosshair. He's going to get taken down. It's going to go 7-8 as GODSENT win out the half with a 1-round advantage over their opponents.
Definitely so, and of course a good half from them, as I was just mentioning. We'll see how they converge it in towards the second half, and of course it's going to be very dependent on the pistol. I still feel like even if preparation take this pistol round, GODSENT still have a chance to actually secure the half, but I mean, it's all going to come down to what happens. And let's just take a quick look as the team switch over. Of course, we're going to be seeing GODSENT on that favoured CT side as they are the favoured team in preparation. I mean, a team to typically struggle with T-side, especially with this new lineup, it could be a bit of an issue with them. CT side is very, very simple on some of these maps like Mirage, where it's a little more favoured towards CTs, but we've got to see if they can bring in the strategy and bring in the team play that's going to allow them to, you know, come back from this being this huge underdog in this matchup. And of course, there are 2 maps for this, and this is going to be the first for those just joining.
Yeah, no, I mean, GODSENT putting on a fairly good showing. They do manage to win it out with a 1-round advantage. Now, my question is to you, Hugo. GODSENT, they have had a bit of a rocky start here coming into this after switching the teams up. You know, when we did see a vast majority of them depart from Fnatic and then, you know, do the player swap with GODSENT, and now they are here playing on the GODSENT roster. the start hasn't been quite as triumphant, I think, as people would have liked. They've been quite an underwhelming team, at least in my books. You've got some huge names on that team, countless years of Counter-Strike experience, and right now they're losing to well, they're not losing. They're one round ahead of preparation. Don't get me wrong, they were on what most people consider to be the hardest side, but I still think going into this, I was expecting a lot more out of GODSENT.
Yeah, this is what I was saying a couple of rounds ago. I mean, you know, going from the world's best team for a while, obviously getting beaten by SK eventually, but from the world's best team to, I mean, I guess you could argue from current results, as much as I don't like to say it because I really am a fan of the GODSENT players, a mediocre team at best for the Tier 1 scene. Of course, we haven't seen any real LAN statistics from them, and of course we will in the future, but they've really not been stepping up as we'd like to. Obviously, they're not involved in Pro League, so we haven't really seen every matchup between the top teams, of course, but we'll see how it works out for them. But hopefully they'll be able to get over this short rut that they're having. And anyway, back into the game we go. Pistol around here, preparation on the T side, and straight away JW is going to be dinked down to 4 HP as we see the aggression come out from these Russians, pushing all the way up and towards connector. KRIMZ going to be holding the line from short, does take one there onto Arch. Ubik trades things out with JW, and the support from flusha over towards window, going to be able to do some massive damage. 2 kills there from flusha, and it's all going to be on Ubik here. 1 versus 3, does come in with one onto KRIMZ, but he has to follow up. The bomb's going to be dropped here in favour of the CTs, and he's just going to run in, double peek from the GODSENT side, and pronax takes it. flusha getting down to 1 HP here, and a 9-7 scoreline to kick things off for the second half.
Yeah, and as GODSENT secure themselves that first round, they should be able to comfortably take this to a 11-7 scoreline. Preparation, of course, they're going to force buy. It does make sense in this situation, but in case you are just joining us previously, they were a team that enjoyed their force buys. And while we're going to be seeing this go 7-9, like we say, two rounds between these two teams right now as GODSENT look to extend that much further. KRIMZ is going to get tagged down fairly low early on, down to 43 HP, and JW as well is going to be found down to 31, so the HP advantage actually leaning the way of preparation to start things off. And you can already see GODSENT, they've slowed things down quite a bit and are now playing a little bit more passively. JW does find one and a Patron out in towards mid. And now facecrack is here trying to trade things back into an equal 4-on-4 situation, but JW, he's waiting patiently, biding his time. He's not going to give up this frag just yet.
Yeah, of course, and we will see just a back off here from preparation as they do attempt to go back towards the A site as well. You can see the bomb coming in through T-spawn as well, and that's going to be in the hands of jmqa with the scouters. Just passive setups here from the GODSENT side. pronax just going to back off the B-apps control, and now preparation, they will be setting up for what looks like an A take here. We have just znajder playing in for the retake at the back of the CT spawn, and the rest of them just hindering on the mid control, but GODSENT getting a lot of information as KRIMZ, he pushes up very aggressively, but only one smoke here on preparation. If they attempt to go towards this A site, they have to go for the CT smoke, otherwise znajder, he's going to be in position to punish, and the scout obviously being a perfect weapon to do said punishing. And the smoke will come down. He's still going to get to peek before it blooms, and facecrack is going to be leading the charge of znajder. He jumps up on top of the box. He has to go for these shots. He has to land at least one for favour GODSENT, and he will go for that jump, but still getting spotted out as the rotations come in for GODSENT for this site take.
Yeah, and they did manage to get out relatively uncontested in towards mid. Arch trying to wreak some havoc, going to get taken down, but Ubik's there to trade things back. But they're just being completely shut down here on the push. znajder goes on through along with JW, finds multiple frags with the scout in hand. And like you say, znajder being the dominatrix that he is, just punishes everyone there as they make their way out on towards the site. It's going to go 7-10. And preparation, maybe lacking a little bit of preparation here on the T side. They're going to be having to eco into this round and buying up in around 19. Like we said earlier, it should allow GODSENT to take it to a fairly comfortable 7-11 scoreline.
Definitely so here, and obviously the Glocks are going to be out for preparation. Rip Harambe, just Ubik is going to be on that P250, and GODSENT should be fairly easy to dispose of these T-side players. We have KRIMZ on that MP7, of course flusha just picking up a Tech 9 because that's going to be perfect up against these armorless players, and a bit of aggression towards mid. JW gets dinked, but he does do a fair bit of damage in return, and KRIMZ just pushing out of mid, trying to rack up the money. $600 a kill with that SMG, going to be fairly simple here as 2 remain for preparation, and facecrack, he's worked himself out on towards the site, but znajder there to punish, and Ubiki's got to be alone.
Yeah, he does have the bomb in hand, has himself a P250 as well to work with. But there are 5 Swedes hunting him down, and I couldn't think of a more terrifying situation here. And, well, there's JW. He does find him with the FAMAS in hand. They don't lose a single player, and that's the round that GODSENT wanted. As when we look at their economy, it's looking very strong into this round indeed. Preparation, only buying up rifles now across the board into round 19, trying to do what they can with the little limited utility they have. Let's see if they can make this work. It wouldn't surprise me if we see them take map control early on, try to just spread out across all the major kind of avenues of approach, try to find a frag on a mistake that GODSENT make, and you know, capitalize on that. Especially when you look at it, KRIMZ on the MP7 looking to be a little bit edgy into this round, build up some bank for GODSENT, and also pronax on the P90 because apparently he's MG1 now. But yeah.
But look at him, he's pushed all the way towards top mid there, and he's got a lot of short control as well, as the CTs are very apparently pushing over towards middle. Znajder though, over and connected, going to be able to drop the first. That's going to be Arch going down. JW follows up onto jmqa as well, and Ubik will return, but gets taken down from pronax's P90 coming into play here, and it's all going to be on facecrack, just out of nowhere. GODSENT dispatch of these T-side players, and all onto facecrack over towards the Palace. He will be spotted out by KRIMZ, still takes a kill, follows up onto Znajder, tries to get the pop shot there through the Palace, but not going to be able to. Znajder finishes things off, and GODSENT, they are going to be taking a 12-7 scoreline here. Preparation, really no money to go for this one, but knowing them, they'll probably force up, so let's have a look. Yep.
Yeah.
Arch, is this a tilt buy, or is this a real buy? He's gone for the Mac 10.
Yeah, well, they are to be forcing up into this, and I mean, it's not a terrible force, I suppose. They're trying to keep the pressure on GODSENT. They know they didn't really upgrade into that last round. The issue is so many members of Preparation died and just, you know, gave up those AKs to the side of GODSENT that they're going to be pretty well equipped going into this. Lots of utility across all of the players, and you know, pretty much every sort of rifle you would need. You've got the AWP up on Znajder as well, and then rifles across the board.
Yep, and Preparation. Obviously, the pistols are going to be out as they head in towards the underpass as well. Potential A split coming in. They got a bit of mid control, bit of A control, and they will be what looks like splitting it towards the A side through both window and connector. And JW not watching his back there as Archie just gets boosted up, takes that first frag, tries to follow up, and suddenly the Mac 10 is going to actually be a great gun for him. Takes 2 kills for it, and it will be a 4v3. flusha attempting to trade from short, has an HE to work with as well to throw in towards that window, and instead he's not going to need it because pronax is supporting as he rotates in from the B site, and the bomb going down for Preparation here, but the retake will be on. It's going well. flusha drops the first. Patron returns with the P250, but pronax is going to drop him all onto Patron here. Oh, the headshot comes in. He takes down pronax, but he's got no weapon to work with, and running with his knife out. Znajder will secure that final kill on GODSENT. They will take a 13-7 scoreline. Defuse coming in, and that'll be it. Preparation. They did get the bomb down though, so they will have a bit more money to work with.
Yeah, and well, I mean, Patron kind of embracing the idea of going easy into that sweet good night, just running into the AWP on Znajder with his knife out, embracing death head on like the man he is. In all honesty, you know, I don't disagree with that. It's a nice way to look at things. But sadly, not in the world of Counter-Strike. It's going to go 7-13 now as GODSENT secure themselves a 13th round on the board and cement a 6-round lead over their opponents. Looking at their buy as well, they've got plenty of money left to play around with here. It is going to be a rifle-on-rifle buy, though, and Preparation going very, very fast in towards that B site by the looks of things.
Yep. Setting up for what looks like a contact play. The nade comes in to do some damage, but they're just going to be waiting on that first CTP coming up from pronax, and of course then we'll fully commit to the rush. Arch coming in from underpass as well to join them. And we do have a bit of mid control on Ubik to at least catch rotations towards short, but that's going to be his only job here. pronax still in this aggressive position, peeks out for the first. Flash comes in though, and the trade comes out from facecrack as well. He tries to follow up, but flusha's going to deny it. Takes that kill, turns around onto short, but Ubik with the split going to be able to take him down. So a 3v3 as Preparation charge out on towards the B side. The JW is in position to stop things going on. He does take one. Trade comes out from Arch once again, but it's still going to be favouring GODSENT here as they do have the higher HP, and not only that, but the utility to go in for this retake. The bomb though is going to be dropped and still not planted, but they still have plenty of time for this.
Yeah, Znajder and KRIMZ both plenty of HP between them. Meanwhile, on the side of Preparation, just over 100 HP between these two players. I believe that's 112, but don't quote me on it. And we're only seeing Arch opt to pick up the AWP, try and use that to his advantage. Znajder's going to be the first man out with that P250. He's going to go very aggressive early on. KRIMZ coming in to back him up as well. Pushing up very aggressive here. Manages to find one frag. And Arch takes out the AWP, but there's the no-scope as well. Znajder, that's what you want to be doing. Picks up both frags there for GODSENT and cements that 14th round on the board. 7-14 now as they have doubled the score of their opponents in Preparation. They've got to be feeling the pain.
They got to be feeling the spicy pain because that no-scope from Znajder was a sick one. GODSENT 14-7 now, and despite Preparation losing out on the round, they will be able to go for that buy because, of course, the bomb allowing them to get that $800 extra cash injection. Thanks to that, of course, and plenty of utility is going to be across the board. No AWP on Patron, but they've still got the full rifles to work with, and GODSENT, of course, going to be flushing flusha down into underpass here. This could be a great position for him. Flash comes in though, and he's not going to be able to get anything from it. Arch takes him down. Good awareness from Preparation there of the potential of that push coming in, and of course, GODSENT with a huge buffer, as you just mentioned, they're going to be able to make crazy plays like this. They still have so many rounds to work with on this CT side, and we are very, very late game at this point.
Yeah, and now they've finally got around to giving JW the AWP as well, the double up setup on the CT side. It's like giving a Tiger an AK. You've given something that's already extremely dangerous, something to make it even more dangerous. And, well, we ought to be seeing JW trying to exert that pressure out into mid. He actually rotates on off and in through CT spawn now as facecrack finds one on a KRIMZ. His positioning there isn't going to go unnoticed as he looks to rotate in from B. Smokes and flashes out towards the site, but preparation, looking at this positioning, they haven't dedicated themselves out onto the A site just yet, as this rotate from GODSENT would suggest. Facecrack is going to fall, and now Arch is going to be in position over towards stairs to try and make something happen. GODSENT already kind of realizing their mistake a little bit, now sending these players back more passively into CT for the fast rotate out on towards B. They don't have a lot of information as to where preparation are heading.
Yeah, and Arch with all this information, his issue though is going to be pronax. He knows that he's over towards the site, just biding his time and waiting for the perfect time to strike, and he will, like a tiger in the grass, takes down Arch, and now we will see preparation reconciling here and going in towards the B site, but you can see the CTs have already realised this. They got this cross player over towards Market, but instantly znajder, being that player, goes down the support from short, but JW gets tagged up as well, and I think a save may be coming into play here for GODSENT, because JW's low HP, they're not in the site, and they've got to come in for a 2-on-3 retake, and preparation, they found themselves a great position into this round.
Yeah, and in giving JW the Tiger, the AK, actually all he's done is shoot himself with the... it's a terrible disaster. We're writing it off the military record. It is looking like they might potentially go for the save. It's all going to be down to whether or not pronax can find something early on. And Alekseyev kind of lurking on the other side of the box. He does get spotted out, but pronax can't find him. And as a result, the call's going to be made to save. They don't have a lot of time to work with. And they want JW to keep that AWP in his hands, take it into the next round, as preparation take this to an 8-14 scoreline.
Yep, you be getting away with that AWP as well. He should be able to save towards the back of Kitchen here as the bomb isn't really planted over towards him and just sitting out in the back. You can see the chase coming in. Oh, great awareness from pronax on the position from UB. Can actually going to be able to stop that AWP save coming in as well, but he still gets some money because of course the round was won for them as well. So an 8-14 scoreline. Preparation just stopping GODSENT from securing their 15th match point here. Only by the skin of their teeth, though, as we do see the buy come in from both teams again. We got the double AWP on GODSENT. znajder and JW going to be picking that up as per usual. And to be honest, we see znajder AWPing quite a lot this map. I do understand he's a second AWPer, and JW typically the primary AWPer for GODSENT, but he's actually been taking it over JW quite a few times so far. So we'll see how that develops later in this match, of course. In preparation, we will see this charge out towards the A side, but finally some defense from GODSENT, and some defense going very well instead. Ubeak does entry things out and does get a couple of kills, but he will go down eventually there to JW, and just out of nowhere, Archie's got to be stuck in a solo situation. 1 versus 2. The bomb's down over towards the site, and I don't think he's realised he doesn't have the bomb because he's running in towards B. Obviously, he's just trying to get a flank coming in. He will be going towards underpass to split into a connector, but we can see pronax is going to be right and ready in position to hold that one off. So the only positivity here for Arch is he's going to be able to at least catch out 1 kill and then turn it into a 1v1 because they're not playing in positions to trade these engagements out. And we will see this pushing towards connector from Arch, but he's got to worry about his back because pronax, he's going to be over in jungle.
Yeah, and he's got JW to contend with as well in towards the site. The crossfire isn't really set up and they can't trade into this that well, but it doesn't matter because JW just lands that nice shot onto Arch there to secure the 15th round, and thus map point for GODSENT. 8-15 is the scoreline currently, and preparation, they've got to try and win out the next 7 rounds consecutively if they want to take this through to overtime. So what would you say the chances of doing that are, Hugo? Putting it as nicely as you... I can already see you smirking at me. As nicely as you can.
0.
Okay, 0. There we go. We got the official statistic, 0%, boys. And we ought to be heading into the 24th round now. JW looking to cover mid early on. Might be able to find one on a Ubek as he looks to be a little bit curious here. And sadly, nothing to be found just yet. Molotov to try and flush him on out is going to do so, and JW is not going to be able to land anything there. The rest of preparation making their way in. And over towards that B site, and be facing off against pronax and flusha. I know I wouldn't want to be facing off against these two Swedes anytime soon. pronax finds 1, goes for the second, manages to make it 2, looking for a 3rd as well, but jmqa's there to get the trade frag. 2 for 1 there. It's heavily in favour of GODSENT. flusha's going to get 1 before getting taken down. It's going to go 2-on-3 now for the retake, but bomb still isn't down.
znajder, though, he will drop jmqa, and it's all got to be on Ubeak here. I don't think he's going to be able to pull it out of this situation. I think my prediction may have been correct, Terry, because he's stuck in a 1v3 deep on the site. Plenty of time to work with, but the setup from GODSENT, they've got 3 players over towards Market, so as soon as he peeks and takes 1 fight, he's going to have an instant trade coming out from these CTs, but instead just committing to the bomb plant here, and in a 1v3, I don't think that's the best kind of position to be in, but he's still going to go for it. Obviously, no money coming into the next round if they lose this one. He's got to pick up all 3 kills here, or at least let the bomb explode. Peeks out for the first damage onto KRIMZ, but that's going to be it. 16-8, GODSENT, they will take that first map in good style as well. Preparation's map pick going to the Swedes. So, of course, we are going to see an attempted comeback on Dust 2, GODSENT's map pick, coming up very soon, I'm sure. But black screen ink.
we're gonna be cutting out to commercials, and we'll be back with the second map any minute now. So be sure to stick around for that.